My wife's new victim harassed and insulted me after he moved in with her, but he's in for a surprise because he doesn't know that the paradise he thought would be hell for him. My ex admittedly had a ton of red flags when we started dating. She was my serious first relationship and I wasn't always very confident or outgoing compared to her, and I'll always be kicking myself for practically dancing into the arms of a narcissist. We got married way too young at 24 and 23, and the next several years were spent with her demanding my entire life change at her whims, mood swings, gaslighting when she seemed to be carrying on emotional affairs, isolating me, arguments out of nowhere, nights sleeping on the couch, financial abuse, demeaning comments and general emotional abuse. One other thing was she was always more intimately adventurous and always wanted to try newer and weirder things. I'm a little open-minded but sometimes had to set firm boundaries with her or shut her down when it got too uncomfortable. This is important for later. Back then I thought by just dealing with it I was being strong and protecting our marriage. If I could go back in time I would kick my younger self's ass. 2 years back things came to a head. It came out she had been carrying on a full-fledged affair with our neighbor's son who had only been 18 for around 6 months. We knew this kid since he was 16. At that point, she was freshly 31. I finally pulled my head out of my ass but by that point, it was too late. The coming months absolutely fucking sucked. Got kicked out, lawyer costs financially drained me, and moved in with my parents for the time being while my ex, her AP, her family, and her AP family harassed me on a daily for months. My ex tried every dirty trick in the book on her parents' dime with a divorce. Somehow by the grace of God and my lawyer I made it out relatively fine. She sends grueling insults with every insult you could think of from a cheating narcissist. Her AP painted me as a crippled old man and had his friends send insulting messages, videos of him and my ex, and whatever they could think of on the daily and only stopped when I got law enforcement involved. My ex's family never liked me, and gladly jumped at the opportunity to mock me, and the AP's family, who obviously saw dollar signs regardless of the greater context, had no problems joining in to score points. This brings me to around 3 weeks ago. By then 2 years had gone by, with me back on my feet, a year of therapy under my belt, a new job, a new sense of confidence, and recently a new girlfriend. Bit of info, I never left the area. My family only lived a couple of hours away from where my ex and I lived. My job is going too well to risk getting up and leaving for parts unknown. Because I was in the same area, I got little tidbits of info regardless if I wanted to hear or not. I know the AP's family moved away, he moved in with her, and the world slowly saw less and less of him. To sum it up, I got called by his family to see him in the hospital. I don't know all the details, but basically, roughly over a month ago my ex's AP went dark. Over a 5-month period, they slowly heard less and less of him, but a month back they lost contact. Why it took them this long to raise hell is beyond me, but I imagine a family that would allow their son to be groomed for money isn't great at ensuring their son is okay. Police stopped by her house for a wellness check, only for him to answer the door looking like The Walking Dead. The police found him, from what they describe, practically in hell. He had been routinely beaten and intimately abused nonstop for God knows how long. The whole investigation has opened a black hole of craziness. I've asked around for more info and got little tidbits but not much. It was found that multiple people were involved and allegedly there are videos of what they were doing to him. They found evidence of God knows how many substances were being pumped into him. My ex and whoever else was involved are facing longer and longer sentences the more they find out. His family wants me to visit him as he wants to make amends. He wants to apologize. He's broken. He's scarred for life. He's suicidal. Whatever reason they can spew out to bring me to him they've said it. But why should I be dragged into this poop? His own family allowed practically sold him. My ex's family seem to actually have had no knowledge of this and are practically scraping their hands clean and throwing her to the wolves. But I have to step back into this? I get he was groomed, I get he was influenced, and I understand some truly awful stuff happened to him. But why should I come back all this and let the people who hurt me know all is forgiven? They've been harassing me about this nonstop now and even family think I should talk to him. Minor update, I guess posting about this gave me the kick in the ass to communicate with my family. Mainly, it's my parents who are encouraging reaching out. They explained their reasoning to me, and it makes sense where they are coming from. They are simply worried that if I try and ignore them it will kick off another year-long harassment campaign from them. They saw how messed up I was last time I went through this, and they simply wanted it to end quickly so I didn't go through the same poop again. I have assured them there's no way they'll be able to go through with that again and worst case scenario I'll change my number again. They understand and have stopped pushing. Final update, I'm gonna bow out of the situation. No dramatic confrontation. No big show to everyone. Just gonna have my lawyer draw up a statement requesting to be left alone and he'll double check making sure I won't have to be involved in any proceedings in the near future. From the brief chat I had with my lawyer so far, there's no real logical reason for me to be involved unless either side was getting desperate. Regardless, I have pages of documentation from way back showing my concern towards his age as well as clearly stating I was not involved in what transpired since then.